Hi there, Andy Clinton back again with Chunky Monkey Studios for another puppet tutorial. Okay, so in the last video we looked at basic lip sync. One mouth opening per syllable. That's always something to keep practicing. But today we're going to look at basic focus. Does the character look where she or he is supposed to be looking? Because if not, it's hard to believe a character who's supposed to be looking at you and the eyes are kind of up here. We're supposed to be looking over there, but is focusing down here. The character needs to be able to talk. The character needs to be able to look. Okay, so to do this, you really need to have some eyes. Now, if you already have a puppet, use that puppet. But if not, consider buying or making some practice eyes like this. 1 second, let me go get them. Practice eyes like this, right? This is really easy to buy or make. It is 2 ping pong balls. You don't really need the hair there. That's just a little affectation. You can really use just the eyes and some elastic that's hot glued in there to make practice eyes. And what you do is you put them over your middle of your 2 fingers. Your middle of your 2 fingers. Your middle 2 of your 4 fingers, right? Your 3rd and 4th finger. You slip them on like that. And now you have a puppet who can look places, can look up or right or left, whatever works for you. This is the most basic way to practice. I think he's got a little fluff on his eye. Let me just take it off. Okay, so put him on. And my focus is really on monitor puppetry, meaning puppetry that you watch at the same time as you are performing it. This is really the professional way to do it. So let me tell you the best thing, take him down for a minute, the best thing that you can do for yourself is set up a straight scan system to practice. Here's what this means. This means that you have a camera hooked up to a monitor. And that monitor shows exactly the same image that the audience will see, rather than flip it to a mirror image. We're used to seeing ourselves move in the mirror so that when we move to our right, it looks like we moved right on the mirror, and our left is left. Now you just saw the opposite of that because I'm on camera, right? So when you see in a mirror, you move to your right, and you move to your left. But here's what's happening with a camera. You want to keep it from the vantage point and the perspective of what the camera's seeing and what the audience will see. This is what most professionals do, and there are a lot of good reasons for it. The difficulty is that because the camera is looking at you from an observer's perspective, and then you are seeing that perspective on the monitor as it's captured, every movement you see looks the opposite of what you think your body is doing. You know, when you're in like a store like a Best Buy, or if you're old like me and you used to go to like Sears and they'd have a bunch of video cameras set up with TVs, and you'd walk in from one side but it looked like you were walking in from the other and you couldn't figure out how to move. That's it, because you're seeing what the observer is seeing. Let me show you what I mean. When I turn my hand to my left, you just saw the puppet look to the right. When I turn my hand to my right, you just saw the character turn to the left. If my character walks to the right, you just saw my character walk off screen to the left. My character walks to my left, you just saw the character walk to the right. And it takes a while for your brain to get used to this and for those movements to feel natural when you're on camera. The best thing that you can do right away is jump in and start practicing. And to do this, you need to have a straight scan system. So what I have is I have a digital camcorder. I'm talking to you on it right now. And I have it on a tripod. And when I'm working with puppets, I have it up. Well, I have a kind of a low rent system here. I have it on an office chair. It's a tripod on top of an office chair. But it's lifted high up so that it's level with my arm up there. You can't even see that guy, right? I'd have to bring him all the way down here. But when you're working with a puppet, your head is down. You're looking at the monitor on the ground, and your arm is up in the air. Then I have that connected with an HDMI cable to just like a basic little 19-inch TV I bought years ago when it was on sale at a big box store, whose name I probably name-checked before, but I'm not going to say again, because we're not here for free advertising for Best Buy or whatever store it was. So there are other ways to do it, but that was quickest for me. A digital camcorder connected with an HDMI cable to a little monitor on the floor. There are other ways, but that's what works for me. The important thing is that you get a system that is straight scan that will show you what the camera sees and not flip it like a mirror image. That's quicker for your brain to understand, but it's kind of wrong, and it's not the way any professional is going to do it. And the quicker you get used to the right way, the better. So I'm going to talk just a little bit more down here at base camp, and then I'm going to throw it up top to Frederick the Yeti up at the summit so you can see a puppet in action. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look right down the barrel of the lens. I can do that because I have my eyes, but with a puppet, it's like, where are they looking when they get on camera? They need to look right there. Because when they're looking there, they're looking at you, the viewer, the audience, and they can talk to you. It takes a long time to practice that, so we're going to practice looking directly down the barrel of the lens. And when you get that right, which is harder than it looks, you're going to try looking around in various directions. As a start, we're going to look left and look right, maybe look up, look down. We're going to look to all four corners of the screen. The important thing is that you get used to what does it feel like in my body if my character's on screen and looking in those places. We're going to look left, we're going to look right, and that's the opposite of what I thought my body was doing, but I'm so used to it now that I don't really think about it. So let's just, enough of me down here. Let's go up top and see what a puppet is going to look like when it's doing this. Thanks.
Okay, hi there. I know you just heard a lot from the guy down there, but we're going to practice with me for just a minute, and we're going to look in all the directions that guy said. Okay? Okay. So, here you go. We're going to look directly at the lens. Now, if I'm like that, I'm a little off. If I'm like that, I'm off. Even that is a little off. Right at the lens. So that's something to practice. We're going to look left. We're going to look right. I'm going to look at all four corners in this order. Top left, bottom left, bottom right, top right. I'm going to look up. I'm going to look down. Okay, so maybe let's flesh this thing out a little, okay? Whew. Oh, okay, that's a lot better, eh? Thanks, Andy. You're welcome, Frederick. Okay, so you've practiced lip sync. Open and close your hand once per syllable. Maybe try that right now and just count a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Wow, real good job, eh? Now, if I went too fast for you, you can just slow down the recording so I talk like this. 1, 2, like that. But I think it was okay. All right, now practice looking. If I look at the lens, I'm looking right at you. And that's the person I'm trying to talk to, eh? You know, if I'm a little off, then I lose that connection, and I don't know who I'm talking to. And if we lose that connection, well, you can't make as big an impact if I'm not talking to you. Okay. Oh, sorry. My face fell off a little bit. Okay, so now try looking in a variety of directions. Look left and right and up and down. And we're going to try all four corners. There's lots of places to look, and you need to really practice until your hand goes where you want it to go. Okay, so when you can do that, try talking while looking in various places, and put those skills together. Here's a quick little thing you can try. Look off to the left and say, my house is over there. Look off to the right and say, my school is over there. Then look at the camera and say, and I am right here. Like this. My house is over there. My school is over there. And I'm right here. Or substitute any word you like. My spaghetti is over there. My jelly beans are over there. And I'm hungry right here. But try to be real deliberate about looking in a direction saying your line and being able to come back to camera. My house is over there, my school is over there, and I'm right here. Okay, practice some of those things, and we'll come back again soon. Back to you, Andy.
Thanks, Frederick.
You're welcome, eh?
You know, that's enough to practice for now. I know it might seem strange, and it's going to look bad for a little while, but the more time that you spend with your hand in front of the camera, the more natural this becomes. We're going to go beyond the basics soon, but keep working on that for now. Work on lip sync, work on focus, and come back more for more puppet tutorials from Chunky Monkey Studios. Andy out.